Well, happy Emancipation Day. Happy Black Independence Day. Happy Juneteenth Day. Happy National Independence Day by Joe Biden. But my favorite is Happy Freedom Day. Say it with me. Happy Freedom Day. Oh, y'all kind of said a little slow and poor on that. I'm going to try it again. Happy Freedom Day. That's right. All power to the people. My name is Felicia Jones. I am the founder of Wealth and Disparities in the Black Community. I am serving as a host for this special event, Mayor London Nicole Breed's first Juneteenth celebration kickoff. I am also sharing this hostess position with someone else, and she never likes to be up on Front Street unless she's interviewing somebody, and that is Director Dr. Cheryl Evans-Davis. And so, with the mishaps that are going on right now, we are going to go ahead and get started. The mayor will be coming down, and so one of the things is I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking. So does everyone have a program? If you don't have a program, raise your hand. Okay? All right, my sister is outside. Let's get some programs for everyone. And so what we're going to do right now, we're going to start with the libation. And the guys are going to come up and they're going to introduce themselves. Okay. And so the drummer is going to play softly behind for the libation. And these are the mega black men, and they're going to introduce themselves. And then after that, we're going to have Sang and Sarah give us the Negro National Anthem. And I'll come back after Sang and Sarah let you guys have it, okay, in a real way. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Renard Monroe. I'm the president of Invest Black and the executive director of Youth First. We're going to go through the libation. I'm going to bring up to my right Maurice Rivers and Nate Ford.
The libation is our connection to the past and our roadmap to a better future. The purpose of the libation is to remember and honor those who walked and worked before us and thus paved the path which we now walk. We pour in the direction of the four winds, north, south, east, and west. For Africa, our motherland, and all others unknown and known who defended our ancestral land and history, we pour.
For our ancestors who have struggled for our freedom, and all others who have dared to define, defend, and develop our interests as a people.
We pour.
For our elders who have helped give us wisdom and strength. For our fathers and mothers who rest in the valley of the departed. We ask that you yell out someone who is in the dearly departed. Marcus, Shalia, Chi. We pour.
We pour.
For the youth who represent the future of tomorrow.
We pour.
For remembrance of the many women, men, and the human rights struggle.
We pour.
For the new world we struggle to build. We pour. For the principles as our guide in and out of everyday life.
We pour.
And for our almighty creator who makes all things possible.
We pour.
We're gonna do one more we pour. We need everybody to join in with us. Together, we pour.
We pour.
All right, I'm gonna turn over the program to Ms.
Thank you.
Felicia. Thank you for coming out.
Can we all stand for the singing of the Negro National Anthem? Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Verse 3, if you know it. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever in the path, we pray, lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee, lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we
Yes, that's why she's known as Singing Sarah. Give her another round of applause. So as we wait for our mayor, she's handling big city business right now, so that's fine. We're going to bring up our motivational speaker, and he is a mentor of mine. He's from, I believe, am I pronouncing it correctly, Etowah? Is it Etowah, Alabama? Lord have mercy, where is that at? Etowah, Alabama. He has a doctorate degree. He has been around San Francisco for many years doing lots of different things. He has his own business. He wanted me to read his biography, but it was like 3 pages. And I said, well, Dr. Canton, I ain't getting ready to do that. So here he is, Dr. Joe Canton.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Before I speak in the African tradition, would the elder person in the audience give me permission to speak? Will that person stand and give me permission? I, Mr. Brown, give you permission to speak. Thank you, Dr. Brown. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you. Habar Ghani. That's Swahili for those folks who study the language. It means, what is the news? Habar Ghani. And of course, my Christian friends, hallelujah. Praise God. My talk today, I wanted to give it a different twist. You didn't want to hear the straight dates and times and that. So I gave it a title. It's called The Great Illusion of Emancipation Without Reparations. And our quest for freedom continues. Let us imagine, if it's possible, how the slaves in Texas received the news of their emancipation on that day, June 19, 1865, with the jubilation of the officials in Washington when President Joe Biden signed into law, making Juneteenth a federal holiday, June 17, 2021. Now, it is fitting that I be the person to speak to you from the heart of Dixie. I come to you from Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Utah, Alabama. My grandmother, I give praise to, Grandma Lucy, a sharecropper I knew. She was born in 1863 and died in 1963. My mother, who was a housekeeper, so when I saw the help, I said, oh goodness, they didn't tell the whole story. They told part of it because I didn't think they would know the story, because you have to live with the people of whom I come from. A sharecropper, it's amazing what my grandmother taught me about the number one strength of women. She showed me what, without schooling, if you will, she was able to plant, sow, reap, and harvest. She showed me what hard work really is. Sometimes I hear folks complaining about hard work. I think you need to try a farm sometime. And I want you to know I was so glad when we left the farm, I was the first one on the truck. I still remember it. And then I proceeded, you need to know, I was pre-Rosa Parks. Pre-Rosa Parks. You're looking at a person who knows what it's like to sit on the back of the bus, if you had the money. I know what it's like to go to a segregated school. I represent Druid High School, one of the great schools in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And somebody said, well, why you embrace your past so much? I embrace it because I am what the past looked like. I am the results of my ancestors who gave only the blood, sweat, and tears for me to be here. And I'm standing on their shoulders and their sacrifice. Now let us come to another point of imagination. Now let's kind of look at the Wizard of Oz, I think, for a minute. Those of you who know the story of the Wizard of Oz, you remember Dorothy, one of the main characters in that story, was swept away in a tornado and woke up someplace else. Well, that's symbolic of slavery. We were swept up from our homelands in a tornado of slavery and landed someplace without our culture, our heritage, but yet we still remain. Now think about it. She decided to do something once she got into this particular trip. Now just as Dorothy, descendants and my descendants encountered on the journey we followed the yellow brick road. Think about it, the yellow brick road of freedom. Now we were looking for the wizard of change, but we ran into the scarecrow, the Supreme Court, in need of a brain. Did we not? And we wonder why. We ran into the Tin Man, Congress, missing a heart. We ran into the Cowardly Lion, presidents who lack courage, you see. Then, of course, we had the Wicked Witch of the West, which is a complete legislative body. And we can point to what? The failure of Reconstruction. Of course, we look to the wizard, or those presidents of the United States. They were wizards. Because what did they do, Joe, that made them wizards? Well, they deceived us. You didn't repair the folk that were broke. You broke them. You didn't repair them. Of course, it only lasted 6 months because, Andrew Johnson got impeached because he wouldn't carry out the mandate. Is that familiar, folks not carrying out the mandate? That should be, that's part of this journey. So what did they do? What did wizards do? They enacted civil rights acts in 1865, 1866, 1964, 1965, 1968, 1954, 1960, 1991, 1956. Oh my goodness, what artistry of wizardry. We'll give them some civil rights. We'll make laws. This will make them whole again. So we look to the wizard to provide relief. Now I can imagine, before they take your brain, just imagine the folk that were set on a path of going down the yellow brick road looking for freedom, looking for justice. And every turn of the way, they found resistance. This is why this day is so important, because it grabbed hold of the real cloth of African Americans celebrating informally for years this great day. And all of you know your history. You know Texas was the last one to free the slaves. Should I say that again? You know, history has its way of taking us down the yellow brick road. Now you take Texas, last state in the Union to free the slaves, right? And so, being the last one to free the slaves, there was a general in the Union Army by the name of God Grander who read to the slaves the order number 3. Now I'm getting the clock because my taskmaster over here really told me to stick to it. And the worst thing you can do is give a preacher or a PhD 5 minutes. Huh? But I'll give you a treat. I will only close one time, and I'll stick to my 3 points. So let me wrap this up to let you know why this day is important. It's important because it demonstrates what we have endured and overcome. It also tells us how far we have to go. So this is a great day of jubilee, a great day of celebration, but yet we're still going down the yellow brick road looking for freedom and also confronting the scarecrow, the Tin Man, the cowardly lions, the wicked witch of the West, and the wizards.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Canton. I heard that dig, but that's okay. I love you. Okay, and so before we bring up the mayor, we're going to hear Singing Sarah, and she's going to sing one song. And Singing Sarah, let them have it one more time, girl.
And I'm in denial, and it don't take no x-ray to see right through my smile. I know I be on the go, and it ain't no drink out there that can numb my soul. No, 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 no. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is break them off. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is break them off. All I wanna do is be free. Oh, tell me why every time I step outside I see my people die. Oh, I'm letting you know that it ain't no gun out there that can kill my soul. No, 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 no. All I wanna do is shake the chains off. All I wanna do is break them off. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is take them all. I just wanna take them all. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. Yeah. Oh. Oh, hey, yeah, yeah. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is break them off. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. Take them all. Take the chains off and be free. Oh. free. Hey, be free. All I wanna do, all I wanna do, all I wanna do is be free.
Yes, isn't she wonderful? Again, I can't help but say it. Singing Sarah, singing Sarah. Give her another round of applause. And so, again, why are we here? We're here because it's Emancipation Day. We are here because it's the Jubilee Day. We are here because it's the National Independence Day. We're here because it's Black Independence Day. We are here, my favorite, is because it's Freedom Day. So clap it out for Freedom Day. So it gives me great pleasure. I am honored to introduce and bring this next beautiful, wonderful, loving Mayor London Nicole Breed to the mic. But before I bring her, come on, boo. Everybody know this is my boo. I just want you to know, if you are not following her on the news, that last interview that she did with KTVU Channel 2 on right after Election Day, June 8th, go Google it. I was just so proud of you. You are just so fabulous. You are smart. You are intelligent. You are just everything to the city and county of San Francisco. Without your leadership, we would have had so many COVID deaths. So clap it up for her for saving San Francisco. Clap it up for her saving San Francisco. Because that she did. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how you say it. She saved some of your mamas. She saved some of your cousins. She saved some of your uncles. She saved some of your aunties, your grandmothers, your grandpas. And this is her, Mayor London Nicole Breed, known as my boo. Yeah. And you're looking good in that red and gold. Go ahead on, strut it.
Thank you, Felicia. And I think we have another, Dr. Camden, I think we have another preacher amongst our midst. Felicia Jones, thank you so much for your hard work, for coordinating this event, and for everything that you do to support and uplift the people of African American descent in this city. If nobody has your back, Felicia has your back. And the work and the battles that she continues to fight have such a tremendous impact on a lot of the decisions that I'm also making as mayor, even though we sometimes have arguments privately. It's because we love our community. It's because we believe in our community and we want to uplift our community in San Francisco after such a very challenging time, but also a challenging history. And Dr. Camden today spoke about that history because I know for me, growing up, Juneteenth was a party. Juneteenth was fun. Juneteenth was carnival rides and seeing the horses go down Fillmore Street and being able to come together as a community and to see folks on stage and see all these magnificent things. See, at that time, we didn't have cell phones and social media and all that, and so we actually talked to each other and engaged with one another a lot differently. But it's also so critically important to talk about the history and to just remind people of many of the challenges that are in our recent history. This is not so long ago in American history. And in fact, as Dr. Canton talked about the history of Juneteenth overall, I wanted to just touch a little bit on the history of Juneteenth in San Francisco. Arguably, and I see Reverend Brown in the audience, so he will correct me if I'm wrong, but arguably going back since around 1945, when Dr. Wesley Johnson, who was the owner of the Texas Playhouse on Fillmore Street. How many of you hung out there? No? Reverend Brown? No? But many of us know about this rich history of San Francisco being known as the Harlem of the West and having people like Duke Ellington and Billie Holiday and folks come from all over the world to play in Fillmore. But before that, so many African Americans migrated here from Texas, including Dr. Wesley Johnson Sr. My grandmother and her siblings and others came here for what they thought would be a better life. They joined the military, they worked on the shipyard, they worked hard in domestic work and a number of things that built this city of San Francisco. But then when it was time to let your hair down and come together, the place to be was Fillmore Street. And we also know that there are a lot of other communities where African Americans also lived, in the Bayview, in Lakeview, and other places. And Fillmore Street was just that gathering space. So Juneteenth, dating back to maybe 1945 and somewhat becoming a little bit more official in 1950, people came out with their best attire, celebrating Freedom Day, celebrating freedom, but also presenting a renewed call to action, wanting to see things change for the African American community, even back then, as redevelopment began the process of pretty much destroying the Fillmore community with bulldozers and not a lot of input from this community. So when you think about the past, not just the slavery and the challenges that existed, but it means, in the process of our celebrations and in the process of being excited and happy about having so many affluent African Americans in this city in prominent positions and doing well in life, we still know that even today, in 2022, disproportionately, in a city that used to be at its height, close to 16% African Americans, and now at about 5% or less, we still see significant racial disparities. Racial disparities in homelessness and the criminal justice system and housing access and you name it. So I want you all to know that as I celebrate Juneteenth, that 365 days out of the year and 366 on leap year, I'm thinking about this community, its history, the challenges, and our need to make significant investments in addressing those disparities. Significant investments that are gonna focus on what we need to do to turn it around. The Dreamkeeper Initiative, and I want to thank Cheryl Davis for her work and her advocacy. Because she is working hard in this bureaucratic system and these challenges that exist in a really tough city that has layers of all kinds of things set up to tell you no or catch you doing something. She's working through this system to provide support and resources to many organizations and people that serve the community with the goal of serving the community because lives are on the line. Our future in this city is on the line. And if ever there was a time to see things transform, the time is now. I see in this Juneteenth celebration, I am hopeful. I'm hopeful about the future because even just yesterday, not only providing scholarships to some of our young people who are going on to places like UC Berkeley and Harvard and all these other extraordinary schools I'm blown away by. I'm hopeful because in some of our reentry programs where now people I know and I grew up with who deserve a second chance have a safe, affordable place to call home and an opportunity to rebuild their lives. I'm hopeful because the C-Notes, who are going to be performing today, just released their first album, and man, let me tell you, these kids who are now becoming teenagers could be doing a lot of other things, and they are using their musical talent to uplift the community. I am hopeful about the future. Juneteenth gives us a time to reflect on that history. And yes, it's a challenging history. But it's also a history where it demonstrates our resilience as a people. And when people knock us down, when people tear us down, when people come from us, it makes us stand stronger, and it makes us fight harder, and it makes us push in order to transform things, not just for ourselves personally, but for the people around us. The grandmothers who raised us, the people we played tag with growing up and hopscotch. I don't know if you kids play that still, but that's what I think about when doing this job every single day. My experiences are what dictate my decisions for a brighter day, for African Americans, for Black people, and yes, it's okay to say Black people in the city and county of San Francisco. So now it's time for us to reflect, but it's also time for us to have a good time. It's also time for us to put smiles on our faces and put aside our differences and support and uplift one another. That's what it's time for, because we are definitely stronger when we are working together. We are definitely stronger when we're able to do wonderful events like this, when we're able to cut those ribbons of new housing and see Black people get into that housing. We're stronger when we're able to uplift our kids and go and see great performances and support one another. And I can't wait until the next couple of years, because I think that especially the work we're doing around the Dreamkeeper Initiative, where we are committing to investing $60 million specifically in the African American every single year to deal with the disparities, is so important. And I want to say, it's not about the percentage of the people of this population that we need to focus on. It's about focusing on investing in the disparities in order to eradicate them. I am tired of talking about statistics without real solutions and without making change happen. And I know together we will make that change happen with each and every one of you. So make sure that you support all the incredible activities that are going to be happening for Juneteenth. The first ever flag raising for Juneteenth will happen shortly. And I know Fillmore wants their 2 days of Juneteenth on Fillmore Street, but guess what? We celebrating on Saturday on Fillmore, and then we going to Hunters Point on Sunday. There are a lot of different groups that have come together to host events, to host art exhibits, to host things that celebrate Juneteenth in all aspects. Our community is just not one community. We come from different parts of the city, but we have different layers to this community. And so when we celebrate Juneteenth, I think Mega Black or other groups are creating calendars with all the various events to just really highlight how fun this time is going to be, but also how uplifting. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming to celebrate this kickoff/flag raising. I want to thank all of our honored guests who are here today joining us. You'll hear from the president of the Board of Supervisors, Shaman Walton, shortly, but thank you, Scott Wiener, our senator, Joaquin Torres, our assessor recorder, our new supervisor, Matt Dorsey, our police chief, who I almost didn't recognize because he's in civilian clothes, our supervisor, Catherine Stephanie, supervisor, Connie Chan, and someone who just pretty much won the Democratic nomination to become the next state controller of the state of California, Malia Cohen, will be the first Black woman in this position. So we have so much to be proud about, and we have so much to look forward to. So Black people, let's stay hopeful, and let's make San Francisco remember who we are and what we represent. Thank you all so much.
So I feel bad for President Walton because I'm introducing you and I'm not going to call you my boo because I don't want anybody to have any confusion about these working relationships that we have here in the city. But I know that Supervisor Safai is in the back and Supervisor Preston was here earlier, and thank you, Supervisor Ronan. But I want to just say, as someone who is able to do this work, there are two people, and I do appreciate the Board of Supervisors, I appreciate all the department heads, but I really have to say two people have made my load heavier, but they have made the ability to do the work a joy and a pleasure and a commitment. And so for folks who have any doubts at any point in time that Mayor London Breed or President of the Board, Shaman Walton, have forgotten about Black people, I am here to tell you all day, every day, they remember their roots, they remember the disparities, and they know what they are owed in the future, right? So I want to really stress that regardless to what the narrative or whatever folks may think, like, we are all in here committed to doing better and to improving outcomes. And all day, every day, I just want to say publicly, I appreciate you both. I appreciate the opportunity to lead this work, but President Walton, Mayor Breed, thank you for your leadership, thank you for your commitment, and thank you actually for moving into those positions to do exactly what you're doing. So I give President Walton a hard time, so today I'm not going to do that publicly. I'm just going to invite you up on the stage and thank you for your work.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody. First of all, I want to say it's an honor to stand here as we look at a year later and what a difference a year makes. This is the year where we commemorate the first year of Juneteenth being a national holiday here in the United States. And that is an important milestone. When you go back to the fact that the Emancipation Proclamation was passed in 1863, and we have folks in Texas who still didn't know they were free until 2 years later. And like Mayor Breed said, growing up, we would go to the Fillmore when it was safe and it was cool to do that, from Hunters Point, and we would participate in the carnival activities, we would participate in all the festivities, but really not understanding and knowing what Juneteenth was about. Not knowing that it was commemorating the time where we finally figured out 2 years later in the state of Texas that we were actually free, at least free from that form of slavery. And so I just want to say that I am excited that we do have a national holiday now to celebrate and commemorate Juneteenth. I also want to say that this is a great time for black folks here in San Francisco. It's a great time for black folks here in San Francisco. When you look at the fact that we do have a black mayor, when you look at the fact that I am fortunate enough to serve as the representative of District 10 and the president of the Board of Supervisors, when you look at the fact that we have someone homegrown here in San Francisco that will be your next state controller, when you look at the leadership that we have at some city departments, at USF, at our other academic institutions, at our nonprofit organizations, there's a lot of black leadership here in San Francisco, and a lot of things that are happening to move us forward as a people. And with that said, there's still much more work for us to do. We cannot stop at the Dream Keeper Initiative. We cannot stop at neighborhood preference legislation. We cannot stop at right to return legislation. We cannot stop at a reparations task force. We will not achieve until we actually achieve true reparations for black people here in San Francisco. And what is exciting is we are at a pivotal time where we actually got legislation unanimously approved to put a reparations task force together here in this city that is now doing the work of coming up with a strategy and plan of how we're going to address all the injustices that have existed for black people, not just here in this country, but right here in San Francisco. So as we celebrate Juneteenth this week, as we get ready to participate in all the festivities over the next week, let's not forget that we still have much more work to do, and the only way we're going to get it done is by working together. Happy Juneteenth, everyone. Thank you so much for celebrating with us right here in City Hall.
Thank you, President Walton. Thank you. We love you too, President Walton. And let me just say, I love you too, okay? All right, so we're gonna celebrate an African dance. Then we're gonna celebrate our Juneteenth speakeasy with our spoken word artists. And as I want the spoken word artists to to move towards the front. And then we're going to celebrate with music. I will be back to introduce the last person on the program, and that's my homegirl, Miss Bernitha Hall, that we're going to celebrate in spirit before we leave, okay? Thank you. Brianna? Brianna? Okay, all right. Hey, sister, we ready for you, girl. All righty.
Oh, what it feels to be black. The weight of the world holds me hostage, pulling me deeper into the ocean, slowly feeling every organ turn blue, stuck with regret, feeling the burning salt water choke, my anxiety choke, black body choke. I can't breathe. Most days I find it hard to breathe. Most days I find it hard to hold on, walking on a thin-bladed thread. Most days I cry for dead black bodies that hang, lynched, killed by hooded men. Most days I pray the ocean pulls me in, pulling me further down, cleansing me from every trauma that molded into my bones, aching from the hurt. Most days I ask the ocean to make me blue like her, to swallow me so I can rest at the bottom with my ancestors, reborn so I can feel whole. She offers to cleanse me, reminding me how my black be mermaid, be magic under the sea. My black be dripped in all gold, call me a treasure chest. No, the ocean will heal your wounds, scream your sorrow, and she will tell you that you are beautiful, that God created a masterpiece, a long line of royalty, made the road rocky but created you to overcome, black girl. Oh, what it takes to be strong as you, to stand at the most hated crossroad and not flinch, to endure years of trauma and still find the strength to get up, breathe. In a world that wants you to suffocate, how to be visible in a world that tries to spit you out, outcast, to be met with bullets, hate, and misogyny. We know this world wasn't built for you. But your skin stays concrete strong. They fear how resilient and outspoken you are, so speak with purpose, louder than the bigot. We know that your black is magic, that your black belongs, so be black, be bold, be beautiful. And when the world tries to spit you out, I will forever lift you up. My name is Asha Wetsuge.
Where have all my people gone? That's what I want to know, because I was walking through my old neighborhood, Lakeview, and I didn't see the same faces no more. I was like, dang, where'd everybody go? They must have got abducted by UFOs, and then I remembered, flying saucers don't come to the ghetto. So I had to put out an Amber Alert, because there's a lot of melanin missing from my city, and I know the devil's at work. And in the daytime, the place I used to work at, you see a whole lot of culture, but now when the lights go out on the mission, you see a whole lot of, vultures. And the only thing we got was boba and sparkling soda, $80 comb-overs, veggie burritos, but we got the boot. Adios later, see yo. Frisco. They got us twisted. They think black people out here eating rice-a-roni. Nah, bruh. That's phony. You got it more twisted than Lombard, because being black in San Francisco is like riding the cable car. You pay a lot, but you don't get very far. Because I don't know if you know that San Francisco is the same size as Disney World, but we divide into two different worlds, because on one side of the city, you got clean streets and no beef, where Robin Williams used to live at. I think they call it Pack Heights, but where I live at, we pack heat. And we ain't got no comic relief. I live in a war zone, a torn zone. I got relatives on drugs, Section 8 welfare, and the creditors won't leave us alone. I don't know if y'all know, there used to be this beautiful neighborhood in Frisco called Fillmore. Used to be filled up with black people, but for some reason it ain't filled up no more. That's why they call it the Mo, as in no mo. They used to call us the Harlem of the West, but there's hardly any of us left. There's more Black Lives Matter signs than black residents that reside. And for some reason, it's happening in Bayview. It's as clear as Plainview. The reason why they want our $1 million homes is because we got a Bays view. They said, what do you complain about? Y'all got the Warriors back. Y'all got chased. Or did we get chased? But they say, Hob, stop complaining. Because if you ain't got 100 grand, you ain't part of the long-term plan. If you ain't working in tech, you ain't got no respect. Hob, accept it. You got defeat. But I say, nah, I got my peeps. Us for us, 100% college prep, and SF Black Wall Street. And we roll deep, because this is our land, and you just can't have everything back. Shout out to Two Jacks. I used to live in San Fran, but I got a new nickname for us now. I live in Scam Fran. And this is Scam Fran, and this is where I am. I live in a city that barely gives a dang about poor people of color or anybody else if you ain't got clout or you ain't got wealth. So what do you got? Your voice, and your people use it. I don't like Nike, but when I feel there needs to be an improvement, I take their slogan and I just...
Hi. My poem is called Black Lives Matter. Me being black is not a threat. I should be worried about school and sports, not death. If only bullets can kill racism and poverty. If you think we live in the land of the free, you should be black like me. Black lives are a mystery. We don't even know our own history. Racists call passion anger. Do I have to be angry? Black lives matter. Or should I cry for those who died? My life matters. Do I exist to turn pain into culture? Want to grow natural swag, hair, body, but not breath? Vultures. Should I never speak up, stay cool, follow slavery rules, or get warm enough to be a KKK appetizer?
Talk about it.
I could be going for food, and now I'm a nugget of flesh dipped in blood. I could be at the store, right? Haven't stolen a day in my life. Get snatched up by my hoodie, being read my rights. Dr. King had a dream, but this is my reality. I yell I can't breathe while police are choking our brothers. They yell I can't breathe wearing a mask in public. Racists fine with a knee on black men's neck, but outraged from the kneel of Kaepernick. So a pledge to speak up and speak out. My allegiance is to boys and girls who get judged as if their skin is a crime. Police brutality, justice for who? Not my kind, not humankind. When I see the police, honestly, I hide. Will this just be a poem? After this, you guys will go home. What will you do to stop the hate? I graduated from the 6th grade. I should celebrate. What do I want to be when I grow up? I hear the whispers, and I see what's televised. I just want to be alive. When you look at me, wait, no, when you look at us, don't say you're colorblind, because then you'll never see me, because I'm black. How many more years until there's equality? Judge me off my character. Judge me off my character. What about what's within? We have been hurt for years. Give us time to heal what has been. So my second question to you is, why can't all lives matter? My name is Jair Simon, and I am an honor roll student from Rosa Parks.
On June 19th, I scratched Freedom Day into the walls of the family prison cell. I wrote it with such frequency that it lost meaning as it rolled down my cheeks and slithered off my fingertips. Now, I'm left with a dulled blade and busted palms. Searing pain burning through my skin from the insides of my labor, a sensation my people are prone to knowing too well. So many lines and lacerations slashed across my family tree. We got blood on the leaves. I can't even retrace the origins of my face. I am victim to a hemophilic lineage. This continuous wither is hereditary, and it is no help to be restricted at my roots. When you live in sun-kissed skin like ours, you come to understand bondage like the meaning of your first name, and realize every breath not stolen or beaten out your chest is like a church day. So I cloak my cuts in my Sunday best and sing modernized hymns of my liberation. I listen to Negro spirituals in my headphones. I wade in the water, hoping this feeling of drowning will come to subside. The weight of this purgatory softly suffocates my movement, reminds me that daring to dream feels like a hedonistic fallacy at times. How easy it gets to lose sight of my progress. On June 19th, I worked until my muscles tear apart to reintroduce myself to the physicality. At the intersection of my freedom and my reality, I see picket signs that say, unshackled wrists, but enslaved in my mentality. Angela Davis taught me this is not the end of our captivity, but rather the beginning of our opportunity. When you speak of your future in the form of a question, you grow accustomed to savoring the value of every step. Much like my grandmother, these sob stories in my stomach hold years of ancestral wisdom. Like encyclopedias written in a medium of tear stains and puddles of sweat, this body follows in their revolutionary footsteps because it has walked them before. To me, all my people was born with old souls inhabiting brown flesh and bone. We all are stories of struggle and survival, our table of contents expanding with every new memory branded into our melanin, which is to say, we are masters of dancing with self-preservation. We found ways to outlive shackles strapped to our ankles, so every step we take now is literally a civil rights movement. Well-oiled machines of many utilities, we bested oppression, or rather, we bested its most blatant form. Our celebration in all of its manifestations is resistance. The beauty of our ceremonies is encapsulated in the fact that we still ain't free. That's what I mean when I say we all been here before. It's all the same because let's be real. We've been new racism has many channels through which it morphs and takes new shape. We are no stranger to this suffering. Or perhaps we have always been next door neighbors to this suffering. When they see us, they see our premature corpses, and so we cannot regress to expectation. This living that we somehow continue to manage is our most profound form of liberation. So I'm watering my trauma and giving it sun, allowing it the breath it had taken from my lungs for years. As people, we must unlearn this hurt and reform it like we have with everything before, but also we must acknowledge its value, its potential to make us stronger. You stop the repetition of history by closely studying the debris of the aftermath. We are all living, breathing after images of the cataclysm. This has bred within us the deathly constriction of our insides, and still, we are finding ways to contort our tired faces into smiles. How we glisten with ecstasy as we dance to the musical mother tongue of our reinvention of African culture in the American context. We shine in spite of the strain we constantly are forced to take, the many attempts at erasure and hate. Our joy is misery's burial ground. We are our only cure to what would otherwise be inevitable. At the funerals of our elders, we throw ourselves into a sorrowful bouquet, outstretch our leaves and intertwine our cut stems to replant ourselves in the soil of our predecessors. We find ways to make beauty from what once was broken because it is all we have ever known to do. Thank you. My name is Javen Morthell. It's a pleasure to be here, y'all. Thank you for the space. Thank you for the stage. Y'all have a blessed day.
Happy Freedom Day. Amen. We want to thank Felicia Jones, Miss Felicia Jones. You command attention every time I see you, heads turn. And you flash that smile and you win people over. Thank you, and we want to honor the mayor. Thank you, Madam Mayor, as well as Dr. Amos Brown. Thank you very much. Please, please. I do want to say, Papa C, Daddy, wave your hand, honey. He doesn't like to talk about this, but his doctorate is in education. He's got tons of music degrees. However, along with our partnership with the Community Music Center, he has started the first Black Music Studies program in the West Coast, right here in San Francisco.
This song was written by Sylvester Stewart. We all know who that is. He's a homeboy. He's from the Bay Area. We know him as Sly Stone. He wrote this song because he said, I'm a black man, and you're not going to place the rules that you think I'm supposed to be in because you're of a different race, a creed, or color. He said, I'm everyday people.
That's right.
Sometimes I'm right and I can be wrong. My own beliefs are in my soul. The butcher, the banker, the drummer, and then you can't figure out the bag I'm in.
I am everyday people. There is a blue one that can't accept the green one, for living with a fat one, trying to be a skinny one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby. Ooh, sha-sha. We got to live together.
I am no better, and neither are you. We are the same, whatever we do. You love me, you hate me, you know me, and then you can't figure out the groove I'm in.
I am everyday people. There is a long hair that doesn't like the short hair, for being such a rich one that will not help the poor one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby. Ooh, sha-sha. We got to live together. There is a yellow one that won't accept the black, one that won't accept the red, one that won't accept the white one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby. Ooh, sha-sha. I am everyday people.
This song is off of our album that you can stream now. Just search Awaken Curtis Family C Notes on Spotify, Apple Music, and or iTunes, or Tidal, wherever you stream music, everywhere.
As an ex-member of the Black Panthers, I came out here in '63 from Jim Crow, Louisiana. I do know what it's like to be in Jim Crow, Doc. And when I came to San Francisco, it was a different type of Jim Crow, but it was still Jim Crow in a different form. This song says, power to the people! Power to the people!
Power to the people! Power to the people! That's right. Woo! We're just waiting on the DJ. That was the cue.
Mr. DJ.
Oh, he was enjoying the show. Congratulations, Malia Cohen. And I saw you carrying a baby,
yeah.
amen? Is that your baby? Oh,
Awesome.
yes. She's beautiful.
It's all right if you want to clap. Hey, yeah, yeah. Sing it, family.
Power to the people.
To the people.
Let love guide the way. Let your love guide the way.
We can see a better.
Make this world a better place.
Hold your head up high.
Hold your head up high.
Tall and
Stand
speak
tall
your
and speak your mind.
Speak your mind.
Your inner truth divine.
Let the light of love in you so shine, shine, shine.
Remember, we all have the same.
We all have the same needs.
Open up your mind, your heart, see.
Celebrate humanity.
Celebrate all of humanity.
Black humanity.
Power to the people.
Power, power to the people, yeah.
Let love guide the way.
Truth and love guide the way.
We can see it better.
It's all right to clap, y'all.
Power to the people.
Huh.
Let love guide the way.
Huh. Yeah.
We can see a better.
Black comes in all colors.
Black and brown and yellow.
Black and brown and yellow.
Red, white, and the blue. Kindness has a color.
Someone said kindness has no color.
Love is the only color of truth.
War is not the
War
answer.
is not the answer.
No hate, no bigotry.
Don't delay, stop your hate.
Equal rights for men and women.
Equal rights and equal pay.
Goddesses of the earth show all mankind that you are free. As you want to be.
Pick it down. Hit me. Hit me.
We don't have enough room to do our
Power
choreography.
walk, y'all. We actually have a dance to this. It's called the power walk. See, family, can you help me sing that? Hey!
Power, 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 power.
Sing it, sing it, sing it, yeah!
Power, 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 power.
Sing it, sing it, yeah!
Power, 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 power.
Show the world the glory.
Power, 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 power. Power, 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 power. Power, 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 power. Power, 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 power. Power, power, power,
Freedom and equality.
power, 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 power.
Way that it should be. Yeah.
Thank you. We are the Curtis family. See you now.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
How y'all doing?
All right. We were just talking outside about, man, it's so beautiful to celebrate blackness. It's so beautiful to celebrate blackness.
Right.
I used to go to the carnival back in Fillmore with you too, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just riding the ponies and getting on carnival rides, but this is a celebration of who we are. We're so blessed to be here and do this right now. I'm blessed to be a black San Franciscan. We are the San Francisco Bay Area Theater Company, SFBATCO. Yes, I'm Rodney Earl Jackson Jr. This is my brother, Anthony Jackson, and Marcus J. Page. And we're so honored to be here singing this song. It's called Daddy's Arms from our title show, I Too Sing America, written by the great Othello Jefferson. Stand up, Othello. This man was reading stories to his daughters, his black daughters in San Francisco, and it's like, I want to make this into some music. And I think it's a perfect song for, we're leading into Father's Day, and so many black fathers, what that means to hold their kids. So without further ado, this is Daddy's Arms.
Daddy's arms,
I am tall
and close to the sun and warm in Daddy's arms, in Daddy's arms,
in Daddy's arms. I can see over the fence out back. I can touch the bottom leaves of that big magnolia tree. In Cousin Sookie's arms.
Daddy's arms. In my daddy's arms, the moon is close. Closer at nighttime when I can almost touch it. When it grins back at me from a wide twinkling skies. In Daddy's arms, in Daddy's arms, in Daddy's arms, I am tall.
taller than Benny are my friends Aiden and George.
I am tall,
taller than Uncle Billy, and best of all,
I am my brow even Steven with my big brother Jamal.
in my daddy's arms, in my daddy's arms, daddy's arms.
I am strong and dark like him,
And
laughing happier than circus clowns with red painted grin.
when daddy spins me round and round, when daddy spins me round and round, when daddy spins me round and round and round. And when the whole world is crazy upside down,
I am big and strong.
I am big and strong. I am big and strong and proud like him. In Daddy's arms, in Daddy's arms, in Daddy's arms. My daddy.
Woo! In Daddy's arms.
Thank you
Yes,
so
yes,
much.
yes.
We love you, man. London Breed.
Yes, yes.
Again, we're
Beautiful.
SFBATCO. A big shout out to my love. Oh, she's talking to Dr. Davis now. Now she always so. Miss Felicia Jones, let's give her a round of applause for organizing this event. All she does is work. I've been on so many Zoom calls with Miss Felicia Jones, and her big motto is, I love black people. And she does, y'all. She really, really loves us. So big round of applause to Big Mama Miss Felicia.
You know, our families come this far by faith. And Felicia asked me to sing a song that we know God inhabits the praise of his people. It's call and response. We're going to sing a little thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. All right. Our family we come from Texas. Our parents, God rest their souls, came from Texas. The last state to get the news. College Station, Bryan, and Terrell, Texas, respectively. So we just ask you to join with us. Like I said, call and response. We know you know this song from the Hawkins. All right, clap along. Stand up. It's been a long time. We're celebrating Juneteenth. Tragedies are commonplace. All kinds of diseases. People are slipping away. Economy's down. People can't get enough pay. But as for me, all I can say is thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Any thankful people here? Come on, give him some praise. Thank him, he's brought us. Folks without homes, living out in those streets. And the drug habits, some say, they just can't beat. Muggers and robbers, no place seems to be safe. But you be my protection every step of the way. Let me say, thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Yeah, it could have been me. Thank you. Outdoors. Thank you. With no food. Thank you. And no clothes. Thank you. Or just alone. Thank you. Without a friend. Thank you. Or just another number. Thank you. With a tragic end. But you didn't see fit to let none of these things be. Every day by your power, keep on keeping me. Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Yeah, say thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. One more time, say thank you, Lord, for all you've done. I want to thank you for your love. Yes, for your power. Thank you, Lord, for protection. Thank you, Lord. Every hour. Yeah. Thank you for your love. Thank you, Lord, for your power. Thank you, Lord, for protection. Thank you, Lord. Every hour. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Want to say thank you, Lord. Thank you. Let me say thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Sister Felicia, come on, sissy. Thank you. Come on, sissy. Come on, sissy. That's all right. That's all right, but just give thanks. We know your people. Everybody's come from a long way, it's okay. Come on. Thank you. Give her some chorus. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Just thank your family. Give a shout to your mother, who I love so much, and your people. It's all right. God has brought us from a mighty long way, sister. And I just want to say thank you. So I just want to give homage, like I said, to the Hall, Patterson, and Carson family. Give homage to your family.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming. And I think we will end on a wonderful note, giving thanks to God, who we love. And so now you are in the hands of Dixon Delights. The City Hall will be lit up in Juneteenth colors tonight. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Mayor Breed appreciates you and love you, and so do I.